All right, here. So today is going to be the shortest video ever. As you guys know, my name is Dallin Anderson, and today we're going to be talking about why you should do what you love to do. So why you should do what you love. There's a lot of reasons why you should do what you love to do. But the first reason that I've experienced in my own personal life is really motivation and inspiration. So a lot of times people get doing things that they don't want to do. And when you're doing something you don't want to do, a lot of times it feels like there's a lot of resistance. And so inspiration, motivation, those types of things go down. Whereas if you're doing what you actually love to do, those types of things go up. You get more motivated. So, one of the biggest reasons why you should do what you love to do is for inspiration and motivation. And really, it feels good to be inspired. It feels good to be motivated. And when you're doing something that you hate doing, it's really hard to feel those things. Right? And when you do pick what you love to do, a lot of times people will pick something and they love doing it, but there's still going to be days where you don't want to do that thing, or days where it takes a little bit more out of you to do that. That's still going to happen for things that you love to do, but it's not going to happen all the time. The majority of the time you're going to feel that easy flow, that inspiration, and that excitement and drive that comes from doing something you love to do. So, I have experienced this in my own life before. In investing, there's a term called the trend is your friend. And basically what that means is if a market is uptrending in value, then you want to play the trend. You want to ride the trend, right? If it's going up, you want to be buying. You want to play the direction of the trend. So an uptrend, you want to be playing the trend. You want to buy the dips along the way up. And that's how you play the trend, right? That's called the trend is your friend. Now, if it was going down, you'd want to short it, right? You'd want to short tops on the way down. But with investing on the way up, you buy dips, that's playing the trend. So how does this relate to doing what you love to do? Well, imagine a dam breaking, all right? If a dam breaks, it's really hard to swim upstream. The issue with doing something that you don't like doing is really you're not playing the trend. You're trying to swim upstream. Whereas if you're doing something you love to do, you don't have to do that. Right? If the dam breaks and you go with the water, you're going to get hauling butt. You're going to go really fast. If the dam breaks and you try to swim against the water, it's going to be really hard to do that. So, just the same is true for our careers. If we pick a life path and we don't like to do that thing, it's kind of like swimming upstream or fighting the trend. So, if the trend is your friend in investing and you want to buy the dip when things are going up, that would be the same thing true for your personal life. If you like playing guitar and you know you like to play guitar, then maybe picking a career path associated with music could be playing the trend, right? That's going with the water. You're not fighting against it. So this is one of the main, in fact, this is the main reason that you should do what you love to do. Because if you're not doing what you love to do, you're trying to swim upstream. You're trying to fight the trend. You're trying to go against a whole bunch of resistance that really isn't necessary. Yet a lot of people do it because they get caught up stuck doing something that they think that they either have to do, or they get caught up doing something that they think that they basically need the money for it, right? So they either think they have to do it because they took college classes and, now they have a college degree, so they kind of have to stay in that industry or whatever. It could be any example of reasons why, but they feel like they have to, or they feel like they're financially bound. So a lot of times people will stay doing a job they don't like to do for a long period of time, even though they know themselves that they don't like to do it because of the money or because they already have the social approval from people or because they already have, whatever reason, a college degree, right? So a lot of people will do things they know they don't want to do. So this is why I love William Shakespeare, because what did William Shakespeare said? He said, "To thine own self be true," right? To thine own self be true. Okay? And what does that mean? Well, it means, what does being true to yourself mean? It means being aware of those things that you're spiritually in alignment with, right? If I don't like working at a certain place, but I continue to work there for, 30 years worth of time, I'm not being true to myself. But a lot of people aren't true to themselves because of social reasons. They have pressure from friends, from family, from whatever. So they're not true to themselves because of that pressure. Or they're not true to themselves because they're scared of making the jump, right? They've worked at a job they don't like for so long. It's scary to try to do the thing that they really want to do. It's the unknown. It's out of their comfort zone. So a lot of times people are not true to themselves because, like I said, society, fear, whatever the reason. And when you're not true to yourself, that's where you start to create all of that unnecessary resistance. If you are true to yourself, then life feels easy. It feels like it's flowing, feels like things kind of come together naturally. You don't have to force anything. You don't have to do anything crazy. Things are kind of falling into place because you're being true to yourself and you're working with who you are as a person, because you are a specific type of person. You have spiritual inclinations, biological inclinations, cultural inclinations, societal inclinations, right? You are a specific type of person. And if you're able to work with who you are as a type of person instead of working against it, that's what being true to yourself really is, and doing what you love really means, right? Because if you're working with those natural gifts, inclinations, talents, and you're doing those things that really make you happy, that really fill you with joy, that's working with who you are. That's being true to yourself, right? So I love William Shakespeare, what he had to say about that. So yeah, I highly encourage you guys to do the thing that you love doing. You're going to feel more inspired. You're going to feel more focused, right? It's going to flow more naturally, and you're not going to be going up against a bunch of unnecessary resistance. You're still going to go up against resistance. It probably wouldn't be fun. It probably wouldn't be any fun to do the thing that even you love to do if there wasn't that natural opposition in life, right? So you're still going to go up against types and forms of resistance, difficulties, but it's not going to be the same kind of just sucking everything out of you that would come from not being true to yourself. So yeah, if you are true to yourself, it's still hard, but it's way easier than not being true to yourself, because you have that energy, you have that inspiration that makes it so you can do the things you want to do. Whereas if you're not true to yourself, you still have obstacles, but now you don't have the energy or the focus or the inspiration to really go against those obstacles. So people kind of just submit and let life take over a lot of times, right? They give up and they let the push and pull of life kind of take over. So what I'm telling you to do is not to do that, but instead to be true to yourself. You don't want to be that guy 30 years working a job you don't like, right? Be true to yourself. That's going to reduce that resistance. You'll still have obstacles, but you'll have the inspiration and the energy to accomplish your visions and your dreams. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video. I love and appreciate you. I look forward to seeing you in future videos. And as always, peace be unto you.